America's Newsroom co-anchor Bill Hemmer is getting a very close look at what's going on there. And he was at a distribution site today. A lot of controversy over this distribution. And he talks about, he said, Bill, the only people who are starving are the hostages in Gaza. Your reaction to what you just heard and based on what you learned today?
Yeah, Martha, good evening from Tel Aviv. That was a very powerful statement, entirely gripping. You just imagine the fraternal bond these two people have with each other, and to show the pictures of himself, his brother, and his sister, you know, your heart breaks for them. And he talked about his mom repeatedly and about how she hasn't stopped crying in more than 600 days. Powerful, powerful stuff. We came to Israel this week to see how the people of Gaza are being fed. And this is, in some quarters, it's been a highly controversial process, and we wanted to see it ourselves. We were given that opportunity earlier today at sunrise, Martha, down on the far southern end of Gaza, right along the Egyptian border, with a group known as GHF, that's the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, many of whom are former special forces, and they are very impressive men. And what they've done over the past 2 months is quite remarkable. It hasn't been mistake-free along the way. They've had bumps, and they've had to basically try and figure this out. And in a moment, I'll play you a little clip here just to explain what they're going through. But the video you're watching right now is in a town called Rafah. All right, if you're on the Egyptian border in Sinai, crossing into Gaza, you would hit Rafah, as I did traveling 30 years ago on a public bus. And today, this is what's left of Rafah. Rafah used to be a stronghold for Hamas. Rafah used to be the place where the tunnels went underground from Egypt and into Gaza, which helped Hamas fund their war effort. And essentially, that's been obliterated, as you see from the pictures. There is very little left standing, just piles and piles of concrete and rubble. And then we moved about 5 miles down the road to this distribution site. There are 4 that are set up by the GHF in Gaza right now. We saw one today. When we got there, they allowed us to take whatever pictures and video we want and talk to whoever we want to as well. A lot of the Special Forces guy working on behalf of GHF did not want their identity revealed. We respect that. A lot of the Palestinians who are help delivering the food aid, we blur their faces as well. We agreed upon those conditions before we went in. But what we found were hundreds of pallets of food at 8 o'clock in the morning. And on the other side of these pallets, Martha, there's upwards of 5,000 people. And they come streaming across that hill. Listen to Chapin Fay, spokesperson for GHF, about how complex this whole operation is. Watch here.
What you saw today was controlled. Certainly, these are desperate people who are fighting for food, fighting for their lives, and are living in a war zone. This is the most complex humanitarian crisis of our lifetime, and we have to stop pretending that there's only one way to deliver aid to the people in Gaza.
The most complex humanitarian process of our lifetime. Substantial phrase. I think it says a lot about what they've been able to do in 2 months and when they might be able to do in the future. We know more than 100 airdrops were made today in other parts of Gaza. So there are efforts being made to go ahead and feed the people there in Gaza. As for the hostages here in Israel, for this government, they are first and foremost on their mind. And if you listen to the Prime Minister, he is not ready to concede anything to Hamas until those 50 hostages, of whom they believe 20 are still alive, some just barely, as the testimony was there at the UN a moment ago. But we'll get answers from him on Thursday when we'll sit down with him in Jerusalem and talk about the next phase for this war. That's very quickly coming up on 3 years, Martha.
Incredible. It's incredible that it will be 3 years on October 7th. And so much excruciating pain on both sides there, and reports that Netanyahu wants to take control of Gaza. We look forward to hearing your sit down with him later this week. Bill Hemmer, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.